It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got another beer from the Lidl Craft Beer Festival as of very early May 2020. This is 71 Brewing's Raspberry Mash. It's a raspberry and coffee sour coming in at 4.2% ABV in a 440 millilitre can for £1.79 a can, and it's been brewed in collaboration with Sacred Grounds Coffee Company. Without further ado, let's get this can out into a glass, see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass. Oh, look at this. Look at this, look at the colour. And have a listen. It's just this craft beer festival. If you've not seen any of my other videos, if this is the first video you've seen of the Lidl Craft Beer Festival beers as of May 2020, what other beers were there? There was By the Horns West End Pills, a Choco-Block and Mocha Stout, Loch Lomond's Braveheart IPA, and the absolute star of the show is another beer by 71 Brewing, and it's their Luminous Lights New England IPA at 5.2% ABV. It smells like a New England IPA, it tastes like a New England IPA. Just finished reviewing that one on the channel. We're back with another beer from 71 Brewing, a Raspberry Mash, and it's just instantly put a smile on my face because what, it's coming in, I've mentioned 4.2% ABV. It looks like a sour. You have the carbonation of a sour, where the head dissipated very quickly. It looks like raspberry juice. And you've got raspberry written on the can. It's hazy. Let's get the aroma. It smells of coffee. This is coffee and raspberry. It smells really good, and it's got that kind of distinct sourness in there as well. Sour aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers. Do you know, I feel like I'm walking on air at the moment. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer. What a beer. I mean, let's go straight for it, shall we? Let's go straight for it. You're going to be in Lidl's. You're going to pick this up. You're going to look at it. You're going to go raspberry and coffee sour. You're either going to put that back on the shelf, or you're going to be intrigued. And you're going to look at it and go raspberry and coffee, and you're going to be willing to try it. There's quite a bit of coffee, there's quite a bit of raspberry, there's quite a bit of sourness. It's quite an odd flavour, but it's doing what it says on the tin. It really is. It's not, I mean, you've picked this up, you've bought it, you're watching this video because you probably, well, number one, you're intrigued. You're a regular viewer and you're intrigued as to what I'm drinking, raspberry and coffee sour, or you're here because you've picked up one of these and you've tried it and you're wondering if you really like it, or if your brain's melting because there's just a multitude of flavour going on. It's incredible that they can produce these beers for £1.79. It's making me giggle almost. It's making me. It's just. They're doing it for a fraction of the price of. It's just bonkers. Raspberry and coffee. Who'd have thought that was a combination that would work? And then you get that little bit of sourness. It's not crazy sour, it's a nice sourness. It's very drinkable, it's very refreshing. 4.2% ABV. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. I like the coffee flavour. I really like the coffee flavour in this. Hats off. Hats off to Lidl. I've mentioned it before in some of the other beer reviews that I've mentioned this May beer festival. The beer buyer for Lidl really knows what he's talking about. He really kind of understands the world of craft beer, the market of craft beer, and to be able to undercut some of the main supermarkets by £1.21 a can, because some of the other supermarkets are selling these type of beers for £3 a can. And I predicted just a week ago that Lidl and Aldi will probably come in at about £2.50. And within a week of me saying that, Aldi went £1.59, but they were, forget it, they were rubbish. Lidl have gone £1.79. And they've produced some, I mean, the New England IPA for £1.79 was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable, it really was. This raspberry and coffee sour, what am I expecting from a sour beer then? I want the sour beer to refresh me. And that's exactly what it's doing. It's really, really refreshing. Nice and zippy and carbonated on the tongue. Beer gets pushed around the inside of the mouth. You're left with a touch of raspberry fruit. And then this kind of big waft of fresh coffee that kind of just rolls over the palate. How they've produced this for £1.79, I will never know. Do you know, I've been to beer festivals years ago. I'm talking 6-7 years ago. And I've sat down judging with brewers. And they've sat there wondering, discussing. I've just sat on the end of the table listening. Discussing amongst themselves, like price points, supermarket price points. How much do the bottle caps cost, and how much do the wraps cost on the necks of the bottles? Is it worth putting them on? Can they take that off to maybe save a penny or two? Or the margins are so tight. And I've sat there when brewers have gone, I can't understand how they can produce that beer for that price. That we can't get anywhere near that. We have to sell for, let's say, £2.50 a bottle, and that was 6 years ago. So in the world of craft beer, to be able to produce a 440 milliliter can, but using fresh coffee from Sacred Grounds Brewing Coffee Company in a 440 milliliter can is just, it's amazing. It's amazing that they've hit that price point. It really is. Congratulations to them. Let's see what they say on the back of the can. This is a ruby red sour beer conditioned on Scottish raspberries and local freshly ground Burundian red bourbon coffee beans from Sacred Grounds in Arbroath. Unfiltered and unpasteurized, suitable for vegans. Just ingredients contains barley and wheat. It's just amazing. It really is just amazing. Is it exclusively? Oh, this one isn't. Right, this one isn't. This one, I got slightly mixed up there. This 71 Brewing has been exclusively brewed for Lidl. You can see that on the back of the can there. This one doesn't have that same wrap. So this is available elsewhere, I imagine, but probably for more money. Let's rate it. If this craft beer festival from Lidl is a little test, is a little toe in the water to see, to come up with a strategy, if you like, of how to put beer on the supermarket shelves, and a little test for themselves to see if people want it or not, willing to pay for it, then I think it's going to be a marvellous success. And I think Lidl, the breweries, everybody's going to learn from this. They really are. Can they stick at that price point, £1.79 for a can? I mean, probably. They've gone in at that. They've tried it at that. They've trialled it at that. Because it is a beer festival. Lidl do these festivals all the time where next week they'll be gone. They'll be gone next week. There won't be any beer there at all. It'll all be sold out. But they've learned something. It's something they can use moving forward to challenge your Tesco's and your Morrisons and your Marks and Spencers, to really challenge them. So if that was a little dip, a little toe in the water for Lidl into the craft world of 440ml craft beers, then I think it's been a marvellous success. I really do. And I hope they can figure out their pricing, their long-term pricing, and I hope they can have long-term, they can have some 440ml cans on the supermarket shelves. Amazing. Cheers to this. Let's rate it. I really wasn't expecting much. I really wasn't expecting much from any of the beer that I picked up from Lidl today. Just because the £1.59 440ml cans in Aldi were so bad. They were so bad. They were ridiculously bad. And I'm pleasantly, well, more than pleasantly, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that Lidl have been able to hit this price point and produce such fantastic beer for this price point. Is just beyond me. It's absolutely beyond me how they can produce the beer at that price. I like it enough. I like that enough for a 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.